everyone, you're on the channel Cody Tarot and I'm your tarot reader Cody. So if you picked this crystal today, this Angel Aura Quartz, if you were drawn to this in the thumbnail or you clicked this video and opened it, you saw me holding this crystal right here. This is your reading today. Today you have a secret admirer. That is the reading that is coming through, is that you have a secret admirer and we're going to be figuring out who the secret admirer is. That is the reason we have this message today. So who is, for everyone who came to this reading today, who is their secret admirer? Who are the viewers? How would I say this? Viewers, people watching. For the people watching, who's their secret admirer? Let's get a message here. We have 12th house. Okay. Let's talk about secrets. Let's get a character oracle card here as well. Let's get a character oracle card. Okay, let's see. What would their character be with the 12th house? We have introspection. Let's see. This person has not told anyone that they are your secret, that they are admiring you. So we also have employee. Okay. Worker service consultation. Let's see, let's get some tarot cards out on the table. What is it that we need to know about this person? Okay, let's see. So first of all, with employee, worker, service, consultation, this is someone you work with or you work on a team with, something like that. For those of you who are unemployed, this is someone you do your daily activities with. So anyone, you know, that you could work with in any type, way, shape, or form. So think like 6th house energy. We also have the 12th house here. I think this person dreams about you a lot. I think they have dreams about you, and that's why they like you or why they are secretly admiring you, is because you show up often in their dreams. Let's see what else we have here. We have 4 of Cups, Strength, Queen of Cups, 3 of Cups, and we have 3 of Wands. This person doesn't have a lot of options in love right now, is what it appears like, or they're bored. They don't have a lot of options, or they're really bored in life or something like that. There's a lot of isolation with the 12th house here and the 4 of Cups. It's like they're bored or they're isolated a lot. This person doesn't have many social activities. They don't really get out much. I wouldn't be surprised if they live a very dull life. Like they don't have a lot going on. They see you as someone that's very strong, very supportive, very much a pillar of strength for them, something like that. This person also sees multiple ways things could play out with you. They are not really willing to make a move at this time. I see with this Queen of Cups how she's made of stone. They're frozen in stone, but at the same time, they see many different ways this could play out. I believe in this Queen of Cups, she's holding like a candle or a sword, a torch, and it looks like a flower or like a little badminton ball. I'm going to go with badminton ball. So basically, I feel like this person would love to do like light physical activity with you. There's a feeling of illumination, like they want to light your path forward. They want to show you the way, something like that. They want you to show them the way, something along those lines. And then with Blade here, this is a little bit of more of an extreme interpretation of the Queen of Cups. It's not a normal interpretation. But they want to help you cut some negative things out of your life, or they want you to help them cut some negative things out of their life. There is this vibe of like cutting away certain things. And with the blade pointing to the 3 of Cups, this could be friendships. This person might want to get you away from a specific person or a friend group or something like that. When it comes to like how they are involved in your life. We have key into wisdom, little owl here, which is interesting. There could be someone who is an advisor of yours, or someone who gives you a lot of wisdom, or someone who, you know, like a little angel or devil on your shoulder, the viewer, the person watching this reading, that this person that has the secret crush on you wants to get out of your life. Like they want you to not listen to them anymore. They think that this person's giving you bad advice, or this person's advice, maybe you guys, they feel like you guys listen to it too easily, something like that, or you're kind of aware of this person's advice and listen to it too easily, something like that. Also, with the triplicity of the Queen of Cups here and the Queen holding the torch, they want to be the one to give you this advice. So this does feel like a little bit of jealousy on their part, of your secret admirer's part, like the person who likes you, where they want to be the one who gives and dispenses advice and tells you about things. Whereas, for example, they might know that you have a specific person in your life, whether that's a best friend, a teacher, a mentor, whoever, who is giving you specific advice and telling you certain things. And this person that likes you wants to be the one to fulfill that role, right? They don't want this other person to do that for you. They feel like they could do a much better job in that role than this other person could or is doing. So with Three of Cups, there is like a third party situation here, is kind of what I'm seeing. The thing with the Three of Cups is it does feel a little harmonious. It doesn't feel like super awkward tension or anything like that. I wouldn't be surprised if all three of you, when you're together, get along really great, something like that, especially as we have Three of Wands here too. You guys could all be collaborative in like a hobby or something like that. With the Three of Wands here, this is indicative of like wanting to create some kind of project with you or something like that. This is also the vibe of like, this is giving reverse sacrifice. So normally like in a sacrifice, and when I imagine like a sacrifice in some kind of like prehistoric, what am I saying? In some kind of ancient culture, you would actually like kill the lamb to appease the gods, right? And you would sacrifice the lamb for the gods. Well, she has this like plate of food and the lamb is like literally floating above her. So it's almost like she's taking the food source and she's returning it back to life. So it's this almost like reversal of sacrifice is kind of how I'm seeing this card. And so there is this kind of feeling of, how do I put this? Like, giving back to the community. Like think of like, instead of asking for help from God, like being God and giving back to others who need help. So this person might actually feel like in some way, shape, or form, like either you or they are like a deity of some kind and you are meant to give back to others in some way, shape, or form. So it's very much there's a magical component to this as well. Oftentimes when I get like God complex things, you know, it's either like, you know, it could be someone who has a very important, powerful position and they know they have a lot of power and so they feel like they are a god unto themselves. This can also happen with people who are very powerful manifestors who feel like they have complete control over their reality because they are just so good at manifesting that they are the creator of their own reality. You know, they are in essence their own kind of god to in and of themselves, you know. So this is kind of what it's kind of giving me is like manifestation vibes. It's also giving back vibes is kind of what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a very much this vibe of like, hey, if we can do all this crazy stuff for our own lives, why don't we start helping other people? So this person has a little bit of a humanitarian orientation to them. Doesn't surprise me with the 12th house. You know, there are some schools of astrology that refer to the 12th house as a service kind of house as well. But yeah, currently they're bored. They're bored. They got nothing going on. They see you as a pillar of strength. Let me get another card for you guys. They see you as a pillar of strength right now, that they can rely on and lean on, which makes me think they're going through it, but maybe they're not going through it. This is like preemptive is kind of what it feels like, because I'm not seeing any swords cards on their behalf. It's like preemptive. We have 3 cups cards, so I think there's a lot of emotional love. There might be a little bit of sexual tension with the wands energy here, but not too much. It just feels like a solid, strong support, and especially because the strength in this card, you know, it's not an orange line, it's like a blue, like Capricornian kind of beast. And so I do feel like with that, with the mind here, it's embrace the intellect, think. I think there's a lot of energy here about mental stimulation or, you know, emotional or, you know, kind of connecting through the spirit, so to speak. With in mind, embrace the intellect and think. I do think that there is an element here where each of you stimulate the other one's mind to think deeper and more introspective thoughts. And I think this person actually wants to influence your mind more than anything else. I think that's their way that they would like to get to your heart, if they want to get to your heart at all. I mean, I don't even know if this connection, I mean, I do see with the wands energy here, there is some passion, there is some sexual tension. I feel like if someone is saying there isn't, that's a little bit of a lie, but I wouldn't go so far out as to say someone's like obsessed with your looks or anything like that, or they're drawn to you in a way where they like can't stop themselves from like, you know, you know, whatever, self-pleasuring themselves to you or whatever the case may be, right? Like this person, it's like mild, it's in the background. Like there's a lot of emotional love here, and there's a lot of wanting to influence each other through the mind. And I also have friend. It says you have a friend now, blessed. So like this person could develop into a really solid friendship. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of you are already friends with this person, and you're already like at this point where you're like really solid friends with this person. And even though this person admires you or likes you or kind of has a crush on you, it's like still like it doesn't bother you guys because this person's such a solid friend to you. We have the colors purple and yellow here, and those are opposites on the color wheel, which is making me think of opposite orientations in life. It feels like one person is very solar plexus energy and the other person's very crown chakra. So crown chakra energy is like guided by spiritual higher forces, like, you know, just like no matter where I go, like the universe is always guiding me. I'm in tune with spiritual guidance. And solar plexus chakra is like my own personal will is what defines me. Like I choose what I want to do. I'm in control of my own destiny. I'm taking charge of what's happening. That kind of vibe. Let's see. I want to pull another card. Let's pull a love story oracle card. I'm hesitant though to pull it from this deck, but I do want to, just to see what's going on here. Let's see here. I have romance on the bottom of the deck, so we know there's like a romantic component to this connection. I'm just curious what this really is, or what it's going to lead into, or what it feels like for both y'all. Yeah, we have romance again. I do think there is a romantic component to this connection. I do think it's very romantic. I do think it's emotional, very emotional. I think there's a feeling of strength and security in this connection. Like I said, there is just like this feeling of like encouraging like deeper thoughts as well. And I don't think this person, like I said, the 12th house is hidden things. So it's one of those things too, where I think this person, it's like sometimes this stuff is hidden from them as well. It's like they don't really know if it's really going on or what's going on. It's like hidden from them as well. But yeah, romance came out twice. Candles could be important. Purging through flame could be important. If you ever feel any residual energy from this person that's negative in some way, shape, or form, lighting candles could be important for you guys as you purge the passions. Like for example, if you come home with like a lot of sexual tension, or whatnot, say you have an attraction to this person as well, you know, and how do I put this? Like they're not coming forward or something like that. Like you can light some candles and all that good stuff and release, you know, some stuff. Let's see what else. Let's see, pull one more card. You have water element, intuition, feel. Yeah. I feel like you guys, with the water element and the mind element, they're very similar symbols, I guess you could say. Different, but similar. I would just say with this kind of energy, you're operating on two levels here. You're operating on a mental level, you're operating on an intuitional level as well. So there's concepts, there's ideas, there's talking about things, there's talking about belief systems. But with water element, feel, and intuition here, there's also the component of sensing things before they happen. There's also the component of feeling the undercurrents of society. I think you and this person are more on the same page than you realize, even though with friend in the mind here, you guys are opposites. You're more on the same page than you realize because you guys are flowing in the same river, so to speak. It's like you're both flowing down the same river. And my air just turned off, so that's confirmation. It's like, have you ever been to a party where you're like at a river party? I don't know. We have those out here in you know, southwestern America. There's like a river that people go to, and they go on inner tubes and they go in this river, and everyone just rafts down this big river. But it's like you're in the same river, going down the same flow. It's not like someone's standing on the side of the river and watching you go by. It's like you guys are in the same flow of life. Like you're in the same flow of energy, is the best way I can put it. And so you're kind of seeing the world pass you by at the same time in the same way, shape, and form. In the same way, you're intuitively processing the world in the same way, is the best way I can put it, which is really beautiful. I think that's why this person is so eager to get you out from under this advice from this random person that's whispering things to you, or that you're listening to, because they feel like they just feel like there's this vibe of like, how do I put it? I think they think their advice is better. They have a better worldview. Let's see what else. Let me see if I can get some other information about this. Yeah, venom. There's poisoning you, time to cleanse. I think they feel like this person is poisoning you with their advice. Yeah, sorry guys. This is what it feels like. I didn't want to go there, but I got the venom card. This feels like this person is they don't like this person giving you advice because they feel like their advice is poison. Take what resonates, guys, and also you know what you need to do. You guys know your best judgment. You know who to listen to, all that good stuff. But for this person does think that this person who's whispering things to you, there is an element of they feel like you need to cleanse, because they feel like their advice is actually going to put you on a better track. Like, at least with beliefs and philosophy. Here's the thing. You guys are flowing in the same river. It's not like you're ever going to be apart from each other with this person. It's like you guys are flowing in the same river. And it's hard to explain this better, because sometimes we don't understand that, like, on one level, like, our souls can be aligned, but then on a mental level, our minds can be in totally opposite directions, right? Like, our souls can be heading down the same path and feel totally in sync with each other. But then our mental states, or like what our belief systems are like totally out of alignment, right? This can happen in other ways, shapes, and forms, right? Like, you meet someone who your like soul or you mentally connect with, right? Like, it's like, oh my gosh, like, you can finish my sentences and I can understand you fully, but you're from totally different cultural backgrounds, right? Like, the total physical reality of your relationship is totally separate, right? Like, maybe they come from like lower class and you're upper class, or whatever the case may be. Maybe they're a certain race that you're not, and there's cultural differences, right? Whatever the case may be, there's all these different ways reality can overlap. And there's all these different ways reality can like butt up and apparently be contradictory, right? As far as the mind goes and the intellect, they're trying to like share their idea with you of like how things are, because they're noticing that you're kind of leaning in this one way of how this other person, his ideas are. Because honestly, with this water element, feel, intuition, you guys are flowing in the same river. Like, no matter where you go, you will flow side by side with this person. That's just kind of the vibe I'm getting with both of you. It's like, no matter where life takes you, you're flowing in the same path. Like, when you both look into the future, when you talk about your futures with each other, they will line up. And we also got the tree card here. Embrace your nature, grow. Yeah, I really feel like the tree does talk about like embracing your inner being and what you were meant to be and who you are truly and deeply within yourself. Not how you're acting or who you want to be, who you truly are. That's what the tree card represents. Because, when you're a seed and you grow into a tree, right? There's this vibe of when you're growing into a tree, you can only be a certain tree. Like, if you're an acorn, I don't know what acorns grow into, oak trees. You can only grow into an oak tree, right? If you are a sunflower seed, you can only grow into a sunflower. You can't, there's genetic variations. But for example, like if you are, the sperm and the egg of two humans, you're going to be a human. You're not going to be a giraffe. You're going to be a human. You have to grow up as a human. You're not going to grow up as a giraffe. Like, there's certain things that we cannot change. And the tree card talks about those inherent, like, I guess the best way to put it is genetics kind of things, obviously there are things that are fluid, like gender identity, stuff like that. And there are ways we can change and alter ourselves, whatever, like like a lion can shave off all its hair and then it's just a bald lion, right? Or like whatever, like there's different ways of altering ourselves. You can always trim a tree, for example, you can cut off all the tree's leaves and stuff like that, but it's still an oak tree. When it's boils down to it, it's still a tree, and you're embracing your own nature. And that even means like, like there are natures that are not just genetic, right? Like, embracing your nature doesn't just have to mean a genetic disposition towards something. It can mean a psychological disposition towards something along those lines. So I think that they feel that you're kind of getting away from your true inner nature as you listen to the advice of this other person. And this is going to resonate with you guys if this is really going on, because you'll be realizing, like, as you're watching this reading, you're like, yeah, this person who's giving me advice, like, their advice, like, makes sense, but, like, it also doesn't at the same time. But I feel like, how do I put this? It's like this person doesn't come forward, though. It's like they want to give you the better advice, but they haven't given you advice yet, because they have that 12th house energy here where they're just kind of sitting on their ass and not doing anything. Okay, so venom, there's poison, you time to cleanse. Yeah, they want you to cleanse that stuff. And we have 2 green energies here, so that's all heart chakra stuff. They want you to feel your inner heart, right? They want you to feel that nature, that heart nature that you have, that love you have. That's going to show you the true path forward. When you look within at who you love and why you love, and what your love language is, or love language is so superficial. I don't even want to use that term. I know we all like our love languages and stuff like that, but I'm thinking of it as a deeper meaning. Like, what is your specific language of love? You know, what is the language of love mean to you? You know, what is your code of love? You know, the code of love is more important here. Oftentimes we have like a code embedded in us of how we want to love, or what it means to be in a loving relationship. You know, what are our values when it comes to love? Those are things that I think this person wants you to focus on. Like, what does love and the concept of love mean to you? Like, how is that implicit within your own nature? And extract all the ideas and things that don't align with that, because that's not truly you. You know, that's someone else's poppycock, for a lack of a better term, So I hope this reading helps. This is who likes you. I think they have really great intentions towards you. I know you guys like to know about intentions. Like, what are their intentions towards me? Well, obviously, really great. Like, they want you to grow. They, in a way, like, I guess their intention's bad, and that they want to get rid of a friend that you have. But at the same time, it's not that bad, because they're seeing how this friend's advice is, like, really hindering your growth. They see how this friend's advice is really just, like, wrecking who you really are, who you truly are internally. But yeah, I really enjoyed giving you guys this reading. Thank you again so much for watching. Subscribe if you feel like it. Like and comment if you feel like it. All those things help out the channel like you would not believe. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.